Hi, my name's Dorian Trail, and I just want to have a bit of a chat about a situation which often comes up where people live in their owner-occupied property and then turn that into an investment property and buy another owner-occupied property. Now, on one of my other videos about good and bad debt, we covered off that it's not a particularly brilliant way of doing it because it's you have all sorts of trouble with the amount of tax deductibility you've got on the existing loan, and you can't claim the loan or the interest on the loan to buy the new owner-occupied property because of the purpose test. But there is another part of this which people generally make mistakes and get wrong. If that's the way you want to do it and you're absolutely committed to doing it that way, that's fine, that's up to you. You're not going to get the best tax benefits, but if the property has sentimental value or something like that and you specifically want to keep it, then that's your decision. However, when you move out of that property and into the new one and turn it into an investment property, you do need to do some basic bits and pieces to make it tax deductible properly. Now, one of those things is you need to set basically a line in the sand for the value of the property so that you can then accurately explain to the tax department how they can work out the capital gains when you go to sell it at the end. And generally speaking, that is getting a valuation on the property. So that sets the bar for when you stop living in it and it becomes an investment property, sets the figure so that when you sell it, it's easy to work out what the capital growth was. If you don't get a valuation and you have to go back and guesstimate, then you could be paying a hell of a lot more capital gains than you ordinarily would have been. So it's very important that when you move out of an owner-occupied property to rent it out, you get a valuation done on it. The other critically important thing is that you get a quantity surveyor's report on it, which will establish whatever tax deductibility there is left in depreciation. Now, depreciation on a second-hand property isn't as exciting as it used to be because at the end of the day, the government changed the law about, I think it was 2017, which reduced the amount of tax deductible depreciation claims you can make from a second-hand property. Now, there must still be some tax deductibility in that property for you, and to establish that so that you can claim the tax deduction, you need to get a quantity surveyor's report, which again itemises what all the value of the fittings and fixtures and the external building is worth, and they're the figures that you give to your accountant, who, when you take it to the tax department and say we want to claim some depreciation, the tax department says, well, how did you get to your starting figures? And you show them the depreciation report. There you go. That's how we calculated the figures. So they're two very important things to do if you're going to move out of an owner-occupied property and rent it out. Again, it's not necessarily the structure that I would put in place because there's you get a lot more benefit out of different other investment properties that haven't been used as owner-occupied. But if that's the way you want to go, that's the way you want to go. More than happy to talk to you about that as far as your strategy goes. There's more information in the link below, so grab yourself a cup of tea and a pen and paper and watch the video below, and I'll see you in the video, and let's make you the most educated investor in the room. Bye for now.